But he spends 14 chapters addressing all sorts of things that he's observing, that he's seeing among the people who call themselves Christians. So if you just start scrolling through and looking at it, he had to confront them. I wrote down several of them. And consider, he's only confronting things that the people of Jesus, the Christians, were engaged in. And if they weren't themselves engaged in it, they were ambivalent towards it. They didn't care if it was happening among them. So when you read all the things that Paul is confronting, it's stuff that's actually happening. He's not being theoretical here. He's being confrontational. So listen to the things that he had to confront that were happening in the church at Corinth. He had to confront, and this is in the very beginning of the book of 1 Corinthians, he had to confront incest, arrogance, idolatry. He goes on and confronts drunkenness, lawsuits among believers, adultery, stealing, sexual sin, sins against their own bodies. He even had to explain to them how marriage is supposed to be among Christians. He had to explain that sometimes it's better just to be single. Over sexual sin, he had to explain the instructions for Christians that were married to non-Christians. That was an issue there. He spent time teaching against divorce. He spent time teaching against eating things that had been offered to idols. He talked about restrictions on food, working in ministry, preaching the gospel, evangelism. He even talks about the importance of exercise. How about that? What was that? I mentioned like 14 sins. Y'all are dead quiet. I mentioned exercise, and you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You don't need to go there, preacher. Don't worry about my exercise. I'm going to find that chapter.
The next day you saw the congregation